So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey guys, welcome to another weekly episode of Ho Ho Hong Kong. I'm here with my annoying co-host Mohammed Magdi.
Oh no. Oh no, the tables have turned.
Here we go. Fuck
usually-
you. Don't say anything about my mustache.
No, not your
I'm gonna
mustache.
kill you. Shut the fuck up, Mo.
After 270 episodes, usually me starting it off with trashing Vivek or saying he's annoying or he's my, you know.
You asked me to do
fake
this
best
intro.
friend.
I had to do something.
Yeah, I know. So now I feel...
I'm getting
I know
the
what
hang
looks-
of it.
Yeah, but now I know what it feels like now to be Vivek.
There you
That's
go.
why he left. Oh yeah, that's actually... I think we are supposed to explain why Vivek is not here. by
This
the
is
way.
true. I
Yeah.
think he was trying to catch a train and then slipped and then his leg got cut off at the train doors.
Yeah, but he can still record the podcast with one leg.
No,
So that's
famously, if you hurt your leg, you can't speak.
he's a little bitch.
Yeah.
That's why.
Man, I'm going to start kicking you in the shins again.
We are also here with a really good friend of mine and the guest for today, Patrick Gatherer from The Globe.
Hello.
Or I like calling him. He hates this, by the way. I have a lot of nicknames for him. But I think I want to tell everyone on this episode to call him the Innkeeper.
The Innkeeper.
It's
Yeah.
not going to get you anywhere.
No.
It's not going to get you anywhere.
Okay. If someone comes from the listeners come to the Globe and say, "Where is the Innkeeper?" What do they get?
Told to fuck off. Just no fucking interest in engaging with
Okay. So you won't get a free bag of chips or something? No.
Of all the things you can get at a pub,
Yeah.
free bag of chips.
that. I think it's important that most people know that I am the tightest cunt in hospitality. And no one gets anything for free in the Globe, I'm afraid.
This is true.
Okay, so the Globe is obviously one of Soho's establishments, and it has been running for quite a while, right? I've been here for 7 years, and you guys have been here for longer.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know the history. That's what I'm asking.
The existing Globe has been in its current site from the very beginning of 2010, but the original Globe opened... I don't have an exact date. October or November 1995 was the original Globe.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and that was down on Hollywood Road, and we've been on Graham Street since, like I said, 1st of January 2010.
Were you at the original Globe?
As a young man, I was, yeah.
But were you part of the
No, I was
team?
I was a bartender.
Right, but you have been working there. That's the point.
Yeah,
right.
This is. I'm in my third stint working for the Globe. I'm endlessly loyal.
It's almost like you break up with a girlfriend and you're like, but I want you back. And then you go back.
I think the Globe wants me back.
Okay,
This
so
is true.
this is fascinating because what was Hollywood Road like in the 1990s?
Look, I didn't work there in 1995.
Right.
I was a child.
Wait.
It opened in 1995.
Right.
I wasn't there from the beginning.
Oh, I see.
Mo, I'm 41.
Oh, you are? You look amazing.
We just celebrated your 30th birthday in Bangkok. What are you talking about?
No, it opened in the mid 90s. I worked there for 2.5 years. In my, I guess 19 through to 21, something like that.
Right.
Or 20 through to 22, something like that. Yeah.
And how did you get to know this gentleman I now have to deal with every week?
Ishan?
Yeah, we've been friends for what, a little over 12 years?
Yeah,
11, 12 years?
We met via beer sales, right?
Yeah, this is true. When I first joined
You were with
Best
Best
Bev.
Bev, yeah, with Shaq and Shaheen.
Yeah, I think
OGs.
around that time I was very new to the craft beer scene. And I think we've spoken about this even on my episode. But I think even at that point, there was only a few people who were actually helpful. Pat was one of them, even though he doesn't remember any other shit.
I was helpful.
Yeah, you were very helpful. So was
In what
Toby.
sense?
You're just being like, oh, you're the new guy, cool, like just kind of nice and polite and welcoming.
Yeah, but we were trying to do something with craft beer, and we were so reliant on people having something for us to buy and sell to our customers. So, but I think also Toby is such a big champion of the craft beer scene when it was in its infancy in Hong Kong. But more than that, one of the things that I'm happiest to have learned from Toby was to help people. And still to this day, if you're new...
Who is Toby? Just for the audience to understand.
Toby was the manager in the original Globe when I was there as a bartender.
Right.
And then he went on to be the founder of the existing Globe.
Right.
And he is no longer in Hong Kong, but is still a part of the business and is still very much someone that I reach to for advice and a little guidance when it's needed.
Yeah.
And Toby was, the sort of figurehead of the Globe for the longest time, and by default, I think the craft beer industry as well.
Have you seen the Hollywood Road Globe or no? Like
Me?
Pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah, he used to work there, man.
No, but I'm confused because you said like you're not working there.
When in 1995.
Yeah. So when did you start working there?
I probably worked there from about 2005 to 2007.
Right. Okay. So that's actually goes back to my question. What was that road like back then? Because now it's so different. I suppose.
I'm trying to think what was there. I can't even remember what was there.
Where was
much.
it? Yeah. Where was it on Hollywood Road?
So it's a ramen place now. Ramen place that is across the road from, it used to be FAB and now it's one of Glover's places, isn't it?
Steak King.
Steak King, Flatiron.
Flatiron. So next to Burger Circus, like
No,
that.
it's across
on
the
the
road,
opposite
across
side.
the road.
Oh, the other one. Yes.
So there's the is it Urban Coffee Roasters?
Yeah.
Yes.
that's the one.
Okay.
Before that building was there,
Right.
that was an empty lot, and then the building next to it is where the original Globe was.
I think you also have some photos like way back in the lounge currently now with the old
we have
Globe
some photos on the wall.
Yeah.
And in the existing Globe, like the booth tables in the existing Globe, those tabletops are the floorboards from the old pub.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a part of the old Globe and the new Globe.
Yeah, a little bit,
basically.
yeah.
But was it bigger or smaller than the current one?
much
Smaller. Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 900 square foot, little sort of hole in the wall
Yeah.
boozer.
Right. But was it always like a pub kind of concept?
Definitely.
Yeah. Nice. And then you and Ishan met through like beer sales.
Yeah.
And why did you guys get like? Because you're not just like now like people who know each other from the business. You guys are also pretty close. How did that happen?
But I also think
mostly because he won't leave me alone.
Okay, that's
this is
exactly
true.
how I feel about him as well.
this is true.
Okay, now we're seeing a pattern
This
here.
is a little chain. I won't leave Pat alone, and then Mo won't leave me alone.
That is not true. That is just for the record.
Just follows me around everywhere. No, but I think we've
Just to clarify, we are recording in Ishan's flat. Mo,
Yeah.
how did you get here today?
I actually literally just opened the
He's
door
just here.
that is not locked,
Yeah.
and the address is toot on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think over time, obviously we'd like work. I'd see you on and off at like different events, but then we'd still have a chat. We'd still get along. But I think it's only in the past, like I want to say 6 years, that we've really started like spending time together and getting to know each other. After just before the move at Hong Kong Beer Co. When I first joined, the first person I reached out to was like Pat, and I go, "Hey, I'm selling beer again. Do you want to buy
Hong
beer?"
Kong Beer Co.
Yeah, and then you said no. And it took me a while to be like, we've got some new shit, Pat. Like, try this out.
The beers were better, but I think the sort of quality that Hong Kong Beer Co. made for a little while wasn't anywhere close to where it is now.
Sure.
But there were some big steps taken.
Yeah, I mean, but you've obviously seen the Hong Kong craft beer scene like go up and down. There's been so many waves, right? Obviously, there were a lot of distributors initially, which were bringing some amazing beers from around the world.
Initially, there was a lot of, I think there were a lot of entrepreneurial sort of Hong Kongers that went to university in this college town in the US and were like, this craft beer that we had was great, and I'm going to import it to Hong Kong. And no one in Hong Kong
well, except the Globe.
But no one, we tried, but, the idea that you would pay $18, $20 for a bottle of beer is, when everything else is $7 was crazy.
Sure.
Wow, these were the prices back then?
Well, these are wholesale prices.
Oh, the wholesale prices. Okay, I thought it's like consumer prices.
I remember.
Yeah. I'm like, that sounded amazing.
Again, I am 41. I think you think I'm a lot older than I am.
No.
And if I'm honest, I'm starting to hurt my feelings a bit.
I don't think calling Pat the Innkeeper is like of his age at all.
Is that an old man's nickname?
I mean, if you hear the word Innkeeper, you imagine this like guy with a grey beard, very old, smokes a pipe.
Right, and gets paid with
Am I
like
just
a
describing
sack of
Channel?
coins.
Yeah. A sack of coins?
Yeah, like it's how the
Oh, I
innkeepers.
see. Yeah, okay, yeah.
They get
Oh,
paid.
yeah.
No, okay. I think it's also because you guys know your timeline very well. You and I know each other, but we're not.
No,
like,
so
Yeah.
I think Ishan worked in beer for a while with Best Bev with
Guilo for a bit.
minute.
Yeah.
I worked for Guilo, Ishan.
For a very short period of time. I think it was like 8-9 months.
Yeah, they had their little office in Saying Pun.
Yeah, it was a really cute
cool.
office.
It's really cool little space. Yeah. And then Hong Kong Beer Co. I think you sort of pestered me for a while and kept pestering me.
Well, he is a sales boy.
I grew to like you.
I think it was like
Painful, isn't it?
Do I have to be? It's like borderline annoying. Like, what's the thin line between being persistent and annoying?
Oh yeah, you definitely crossed that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, and then when did you start the pub quiz there? And how did that... Did you have pub quiz before, Pat, before Ishan comes on?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we had pub quizzes in the Globe. For many, many years, we didn't run any pub quizzes. It was... pub quizzes are usually used to fill a quiet night. And for the first... 8 years that the Globe was on Graham Street, we didn't have quiet nights.
Yeah.
Right.
Very healthy business.
Right.
And sort of protest and COVID and whatnot. And I started introducing quizzes on a Tuesday night to try and build some custom on a quiet night.
Right.
And a good friend of mine, Kat, and her husband, Rob, did the quiz for us, and they were great. And we wanted to make it a bit more fun and a little less cerebral and a little less old man boring, because we had a bit of a reputation to shake for the Globe. So we used Taskmaster as a big reference. We wanted mini games that got people out of their seats and really lightened the mood, and would sort of self-filter out a little bit of the more serious quizzes,
Right.
and have a younger crowd, a more fun crowd that wanted to come and have a good time on a Tuesday night. And we did that with them for a few years, but I think through COVID, Kat had studies and pregnancies, and I think when she had pregnancies, she didn't want to be in that busy space when there's COVID and whatnot. So we stopped doing it for a little while, and Ishan came in and sort of picked up that energy and really ran with it. And it's been a lot of fun. I think, was it your first time as quizmaster? Because you used to go to Yardley's to participate in their quiz.
I've always been a big fan of like quizzes. But ever since I was younger, I watched like quiz shows, try to be part of. I was also on a quiz team in school.
You were?
Yeah.
Nice.
But I was one of the guys that they just needed to fill a seat because I didn't know shit.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine
there was like
you'd
a
be
math
useful
expert
at
or
all.
a geography expert. Ishan, what do you know?
Yeah.
Yes, I know things. I'll just sit there.
Right.
But over time, I actually do remember this conversation. We were at 99. It was just before we started the quizzes, and you went, well, I'm trying to look for someone who can do quizzes for me. You don't want to, like exactly what you said, don't want it to have like an old man pub quiz. And I go, I'll do it. And you went, really? You were not convinced. And I was like, yeah, man, I can do it.
Just because I as much as I like a pub quiz, the work that I do, I don't get to go to a pub quiz very often. And I think the fact that you were somewhat of a regular in another pub as a participant in their quiz made you infinitely more qualified than I could have been. And I thought, sure, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to do the job yourself as a pub quiz?
Well, he does it sometimes.
Quizmaster?
I'm not...
Because I feel like you're much funnier than Ishan as well.
I think I'm very funny.
I think so too.
But I don't think I'm an outwardly fun person. I think I'm a bit dry.
Right.
And so I think sort of being in front of people, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
I've done it
You've
three
done
times.
it a couple of times.
Stood in for Ishan.
Yeah. I've
and I open it every time with, if you don't know me, my name is Patrick, I run the pub, and if you do know me, you know how much I don't want to be up here doing this quiz for you.
Right.
But I don't mind doing it, but I think, the time that it takes to write a quiz that is both sort of easy enough that people can have some fun with it and hard enough that people aren't getting 10 on 10 with every round. I think that takes some effort.
It does,
And I've got quite a bit on my plate already.
Sure.
and Ishan is
But
endlessly underemployed. So
He is.
I think I remember.
Still is, by the way.
absolutely.
I have a job, guys.
That is
I can
not-
actually work.
We both know that's not really true.
Plug my own job, Thunderwear.asia, if anyone's listening.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, but I remember
Doesn't exist.
We're gonna cut this out. Yeah.
Okay, now. I remember the weeks when I was like traveling and you said, oh, I couldn't find anyone. You know what? I'll just do it myself. And then you'd send me the quiz you wrote. I thought it was super fun. And then a bunch of people came back to me and said, oh, we didn't know you were out of town. But Pat was great. Like, Pat was super
Thank you.
funny.
Yeah.
So got really good feedback. The fact that they came back and saying, if Pat hosts again, we'll come back.
Yeah. But I think it's easy to write a quiz. I think
Sure.
to regularly write a quiz is a very different thing.
Yeah.
And to get the tone right and whatnot. And it took me a while
Sure.
to do it. And I even think that I think maybe someone had written a quiz and I
Was only
effectively
hosting.
edited it. And I think I wrote half of it on the back of what they'd given
Sure.
me. If I'm...
Yeah, I remember that.
The first time I did it was that. And the
Yeah.
second time I did it, I wrote it myself.
Yeah. I think like you said, the voice of your, like if you write the quiz, it's a lot easier for you to present what you've written.
And also to be confident in the answer. If someone's going to question you of the answer,
you're
and
like,
you
I
go,
researched
I
this,
have no
shut up."
idea, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you look like an idiot. So.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that makes sense. But I think I also remember during COVID when the restaurant was closing at 6 and you just came up to me one day and said, shall we just do a day quiz on a Saturday every week?
Dude, we fucking killed it.
That was the best.
It was Saturdays at 2 p.m.
Right.
Which meant a few things. It meant that we could do a little bit of lunch service from noon onwards and get people out. B, the quiz takes about an hour and 45
less
minutes,
than 2
maybe 2
hours.
hours.
Yeah.
And so people were in at 2. We put free flow on it. Everyone was so desperate for things to do during COVID when everything was closing at 6 that we were just packing it every week.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so much
Nice.
fun. And then when the quiz finished at 4 and we still had 2 hours until we had to close, the people that had done the quiz stayed to drink.
Yeah.
And all their friends who had just done a brunch somewhere or lunch somewhere or done a hike or whatever and were messaging going, hey, where are you? Everyone went, we're in the Globe. And we just had this massive influx of people for that last 2 hours of the day. And it was mad. And then we had to like fight people out the door.
Yeah, I remember
because the
that.
police were coming at 6:03 to make sure that everybody was gone. you know?
Right.
I also
Yeah.
remember
Fucking
like
hell.
the Globe staff standing by the thing. Oh, I haven't finished my drink. Here's a plastic cup. Get out.
Oh, the best was the first Christmas 2020. With the first year of COVID, where all the restrictions were being renewed on a weekly basis. So we had Christmas lunch bookings and Christmas dinner bookings.
Yeah.
And people are calling going, well, what's happening with my dinner next week? And I'm saying, I have no idea.
Right.
Just we'll wait until
we'll
the
see.
new rules come
Yeah.
out and we'll see. And so all we were doing was every time the rules got extended, like, oh, it's 6 p.m. closing again, I'd call all the dinner bookings, say, hey, come for lunch. We'll squeeze you all in. You've got a table return time.
Yeah.
We'd move everything around. We got everybody in. It was great. But the rules were super strict. It was 2 people per table. And we couldn't have
Did you
anyone...
have the plastic shield as well? Oh, man.
But we couldn't have anyone at the bar either. So when people finished their dining slot, and we said thanks very much,
Yeah.
we couldn't move them to the bar for drinks because police would come in and you'd get closed.
Right.
So instead of moving them to the bar to the drink for drinks, we devised this system where I would go to tables and say, guys, thank you very much for joining us.
Right.
You know, as we discussed, we do have this table return time.
Yeah.
If you'd like to move to the front of the pub, my colleague has mince pies for you.
Right.
And people go, oh, great.
Yeah.
And they'd go to the front of the pub, and we had a member of staff with a big plate with a huge pile of mince pies on it, and their foot in the door going, thanks, guys, Merry Christmas, bye-bye. And just sort of fucking people off out of the door.
Right.
And it was the most brutal thing, but we had to...
Yeah.
We had to work within
You
the
had to
rules.
adapt, yeah.
Everything was very strict at the time. We had
Sure.
to... But mince pieing people out the door was...
It's such a great idea.
very, very pleased with myself.
Yeah. Also, you're very confused. You've just finished a nice Christmas meal.
And then you have to
And you go,
leave.
oh my
Like,
God, we're
get
getting
out.
a mince pie.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I have to leave. Yeah, fuck off.
It's just like it's like luring dogs out. You're like, hey, the
But
treat is here.
We're a ground floor venue.
Yeah,
you
very visible
like
as
we were
well.
very visible. There was a
Yeah.
lot of scrutiny from Food and Environmental Hygiene Department from Hong Kong Police, and so we couldn't have people standing around
Yeah.
in groups.
Yeah.
They had to leave.
I'm actually pretty impressed given how big the venue is that you guys made it through that period. A lot of businesses obviously closed and didn't survive, but like this is a big fucking venue.
And we paid our staff full salary the whole way as well.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That is really, really impressive.
yeah,
Yeah. But then you had to, as you said, you had to be creative, right?
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
I mean, look. The restaurant, as much as it was terrible for the Globe and for every other restaurant and bar, the restaurant industry in Hong Kong was one of very few industries that actually had support from the government.
That's true.
We took fairly large fairly significant payouts from the government. I think 2-3 years consecutively.
Yeah.
And there were hoops that we had to jump through to get that money.
Yeah.
And it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
But it did help, for sure.
It helped. It kept us alive as a business, for sure.
Yeah.
And how other businesses that weren't receiving those sort of subsidies survived, those that did, I don't understand how they did it.
Let's go back a little bit to your background, because some people might not know who you are, or like
everyone knows.
Everybody in Soho.
To say that, we have 2 other friends. So like 4 of us always spend time together. It's like me and Pat, and then we have Nick, who also worked in F&B for a very long time, worked for the Carnival, and then Shaynol, who's been in Hong Kong, like singing beer. He knows a lot of people.
Right.
So every time between the 4 of us, we always play this game. If we go to a big event, how many people will recognize me?
Right.
Game.
Yeah.
And we were in Bangkok 2 years ago watching a Muay Thai fight, all 4 of us sitting on the same row.
Right.
There's a very lovely couple, and this lady sitting next to me, she went, "Hey, you look familiar. Where are you guys from?" It's like, "Oh, we're from Hong Kong." And she goes, "Oh, do you do the pub quizzes at the Globe?" I was like, "Yeah, I do actually." She's like, "I've been to your quiz." And then I turned around and I said, "I'm with Pat."
Don't try and pretend that they recognized you. They recognized Nick and they recognized me.
No, it was Nick was sitting at the end.
He always does this shit.
You made up a portion of this story.
Yes. I was sitting next to them.
Absolutely made up that portion of that story.
He is
I was
such
sitting next to
liar.
them, and that's when I went, "Hey, Nick, this guy has your
Here's
number
what
on
I
his
imagine
phone."
this conversation went. They recognize you. They're like, "Oh, yeah, it's the guy from the Globe," and Ishan is like, "I do the quizzes there," and they're like trying to move him.
100%.
Jesus Christ.
I can imagine.
Years and years ago, my wife Jan, before we were married and we were dating, we would travel. We'd go to Bali or we'd go to Phuket or something, and wherever we went, we would see people that
From Hong Kong.
and we'll go, "Oh, hey, this guy from the Globe, great," and we were going to London, and she was like, "That's too far from Hong Kong.
Right.
You're not going to see anyone."
No one is
And
going
I
to
was like, "Look, it's London. There's going to be Brits there."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they
Right.
of
like
course. Yeah.
We were at Buckingham Palace watching the changing of the guards.
And then the Queen stepped out in the balcony.
Oh
She's
my
like,
God, it's
the
Pat.
guy from the Globe.
It's the Innkeeper.
It's the Innkeeper. It's the Innkeeper from Hong Kong. Can you make me a mince pie?
Oh my God.
It's a lot less now. Now that I don't work in the evenings like I used to.
Wait, I want to hear the rest of the Buckingham Palace.
So who-
Oh, nothing. Just this guy came up and went, "Hey, Pat, how are you?" And I didn't even acknowledge him. I just turned to Jan and went, "I fucking told you."
Really nice. That's a great story. So where did you grow up?
I grew up here. My family's from the north of England, from Cumbria, but I was born overseas. I was born in South Africa. We were there until I don't know why.
I have
that's
so many
funny.
questions.
We were there until I was 4, and then we moved to the south of England until I was 9, and then we came to Hong Kong. So I came to Hong Kong as a kid.
Your parents are diplomats, or
No. My father's in the construction industry and railways, and they're from the north of England, which is beautiful but cold and grey and wet.
Right.
Yeah.
And so not long after my parents got married, they moved to warmer places. My older sister was born in Kuwait. I was born in South Africa.
nice.
I think we left South Africa. I think the Rand crashed, and we had to leave for my father's work and whatnot. It wasn't viable to be there, so they're in the UK for probably 5 years, and then Hong Kong again, somewhere much warmer.
Yeah.
You consider yourself just a Hong Kong kid, like you grew up here,
absolutely.
basically.
Yeah.
Well, you went to school here as well.
Yeah, I went to. I did a little bit of primary school and then all of high school here. Yeah.
Where did you go to school?
I went to DBIS in Discovery
Nice.
Bay.
Yeah.
For like the last half of the last year of primary school. We got here. My dad got my age wrong and tried to enroll.
Oh, so did I. Your dad and I have that in common.
My father came a few months before my mum and my sister and I, and he was supposed to set everything up with school interviews and this, that, and the other. And he put my sister into West Island School, and then put me into West. And I went into West Island School, and I went and did an interview when we got here. And there was this whole sort of process, and they interviewed me. And at the end, I remember sitting there, and they said, "Well, Patrick seems a nice young man, and he's done well enough in that test that we gave him and whatnot. But is there a reason that you're trying to enroll him in the year ahead of his age group?" And the look that my mum gave to my dad as this realization, like, you got his fucking age wrong.
Oh my god.
So I wasn't in school for a while because they had to start the process again to
Sure.
get me into primary school. And so I was this very lonely child.
Oh.
Didn't have any friends, didn't know anything.
So you're older than your classmates? Like
No. So they didn't.
Fix
They
it.
didn't put me into the school. We started the process again with me at the correct age group.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I had to wait, and I did the second half of the last year of primary school in Discovery Bay. And then I went to Island School, and even my sister went to West Island School, but the sort of one really good friend that I'd made at DBAS was going to Island School. So...
And then when did you pick up the first shift of like bartending ever?
So when I was in high school, there was a cafe in Discovery Bay called the Solid Rock Cafe.
Okay.
And I worked there like part-time.
Is it like a knockoff Hard Rock Cafe?
I think so, but it wasn't musically
inclined at all. It's just a cafe.
It was just a cafe.
Yeah.
It's just weird name.
Yeah. And I worked there sort of part-time on and off in my teens, doing little bits of jobs on a weekend. I worked in the original Ebenezer's. For those of you that don't know, Ebenezer's is from Discovery Bay.
Yeah.
It was started by two
white guys.
men from
I heard
Manchester.
It was started by white people. Like
from
that
Manchester,
little
two guys.
trivia.
It's called Ebenezer's because of the dance track. E's are good, E's are good.
Oh
They're
my
Ebenezer
God.
good. It's a song about doing
What?
ecstasy.
Okay,
That's why
no.
it's
I
called
think
Ebenezer's.
everybody listening to this, whether they have passed through Hong Kong, been in Hong Kong for 10 minutes, they will know what Ebenezer's is.
Yes.
So I'm really interested in the origin story of that. So just slow down. Tell me who these people are.
Look, I was a child when I worked
I
there.
understand that.
So I don't
but-
know. It was two English guys, two white guys. I
Right.
think from Manchester, I think.
Yeah.
And there was a famous 90s dance track about doing ecstasy that
Right.
went, E's are good, E's are good.
Right.
They're Ebenezer good. You can find it and insert it into
Right,
the edit.
yeah.
It'll be great. And I think they were annoyed at doing nights out in Hong Kong and not being able to get a kebab on the way home.
Yes.
So they opened a kebab
Right.
shop in Discovery Bay.
Yeah.
Because that's where you need a kebab shop the
I
most.
think that's where they were living, so
Sure.
that's where
Right.
they did it.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kebabs and pizzas, and I think lots and lots and lots of kids in DB worked running deliveries for Ebenezer's.
Sure.
But it was all a big scam because they paid you $10 per delivery, which as a kid sounded great.
Yeah.
But what they didn't tell you was that you had to pay for the bus yourself, and the bus was $3.50 each way, so you're only making $3 per delivery.
What the hell?
And I think every kid worked there for like 2 weeks until they got their pay, and then their dad would storm down there and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And then someone else's kid would get a job there, and the cycle continued.
Wow. How did they become the empire that they are now?
So it's not them. Uncle Hero bought them out. An Indian man, an Indian family, and they are the guys that made it into
the chain it is.
the chain it is. And
okay.
They're the franchisee for Subway in Hong Kong. Like they are
pretty
they're
big.
businessmen. When you go to the Sevens, or at least in the old stadium, and the Ebenezer's was there, like you would see Uncle Hero and either his son or his nephew, who was his kind of number two, and even like in the last year at the old Hong Kong Stadium with the Sevens, they are there like working the tills, working the line.
Really?
Like, they're involved.
amazing,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're absolute Hong Kong success story, I'm sure.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's such an iconic thing in Hong Kong. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
it is. It really is. And I don't think we have anything else that is
I
like...
still want to say, like, for me personally, like, at least in Hong Kong Island, not talking about like Chungking, best samosas I've had are from Ebenezer's.
I don't think I've ever had samosas.
I think-
really, really good samosas.
I think their Indian food is generally underrated, but it makes perfect sense because now they are run by like a lot of Indian guys.
Yeah, sure.
So I like kebabs. I come from the Middle East.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I wouldn't eat kebabs there.
Where do you go for kebabs?
Beirut
Bistro.
Bistro.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
good.
of course.
Yeah, absolutely the best.
Like a good
So
man,
good.
yes.
Yeah.
Like a good Middle Eastern boy. I would just go.
Support independent.
But I also pick up biryani from Ebeneezer.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah.
They're really good biryani.
They're very good. That's the thing. Like in general, their Indian food is actually pretty legit.
Yeah.
Pizza, absolutely disgusting.
Yes.
So don't touch the pizza there.
Yeah.
It's just horrific.
Yeah.
A kebab maybe on a bad day, but
There's it's like 3 times now that Ebenezer's on Hollywood Road that's sort of closest to where the Globe
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I've walked past a few times. They've got like a few seats in the window.
Yeah.
And on like 3 or 4 occasions, I've seen like a guy sat there like reading a book, drinking a glass of red. I'm like, who the fuck is like wasting away an afternoon like having a glass of red at fucking Ebeneezer? What wine are they pouring by the glass in Ebeneezer?
Just red.
It's toilet wine made in prison, probably.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my god.
But still, like, I feel like it's one of those, like, you can't imagine Hong Kong without Ebenezer's.
No, absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
When I lived in TST during COVID, and there's a couple of Ebenezer's there, and the one on Cameron Road, Kimberley Road, that area, that one would just never close, because it's still like a takeaway business or whatever, and they would just like give you the food, and you can like stand right in front of the shop and eat it. So actually, Ebenezer's got me through COVID as well. Yeah, and they're halal.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. I think Ebenezer's at one time or another has probably saved the life of every single person in Hong Kong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Big fan. They should stop doing pizza. That's my biggest problem.
More samosas, more kebabs.
More samosas. Go to Beirut Bistro for your kebab needs. But going back to the Globe. So, for people who are not familiar with the Globe, what are you trying? Like, what is the experience basically that people would have there?
The Globe is supposed to be a pub, and that means that I think some people come to the Globe and they think that the service isn't as good as it's supposed to be. I think we have a lovely service team made up of like
your staff is amazing,
some of the nicest people that you meet. But like in terms, I think some people expect restaurant service, and we're not a restaurant. We're a pub, and a pub serves drinks,
good
and
food,
it serves food, and I think we do those things well. Apart from sort of the busiest times at Christmas and some Friday nights that are particularly busy and whatnot, we don't do table return times. So if you come in and you sit at a table, as long as you're ordering food and drinks, you have the table, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's supposed to be very
warm,
casual,
welcoming, cozy,
convivial, friendly. I would say neighborhood, but I don't really think that's the case. I think post-COVID, so many people have moved out of mid-levels that neighborhood isn't quite the right thing anymore.
Right.
But it's supposed to be a sort of home comfort. And whether that's you're from the UK or you're from Australia or you're from New Zealand or you're from somewhere else where pub culture is quite prevalent.
Yeah. What you're saying is that it only has white clientele.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm kidding, obviously. I'm like, only white people. Okay, you heard it from Pat first. If you're not white, you're not welcome at the Globe. Keep going.
What the fuck is happening, man?
The innkeeper has spoken.
The innkeeper has spoken.
It's just Pat standing outside with a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Do you have the like the color chart policy, from Family Guy, when he just like the police officer puts
how long is this going to carry on for?
I like how we've gone to being like, oh, it's so lovely being at the Globe. Pat's racist.
Okay, sorry, keep going. Yeah.
What the fuck? Shit. The next part of what I was going to say now sounds like I'm compensating. So I'm going to say shit.
No, please go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say was what I do quite like about the Globe is that it is very international. Yes, of course we appeal to a lot of white people. Well, what's also really nice, like when you've got a friend that used to live in Thailand and they recommend a Thai restaurant and they're like, this is the most authentic Thai place. Yeah. The number of Hong Kongers who have lived, worked, studied in the UK and now live in Hong Kong and have Hong Konger friends who haven't lived, worked, studied in the UK, and they sort of with pride bring their friends like, oh, this is really authentic.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And I really like that.
Sure.
We've always had a very strong proportion of our clientele be Hong Kongers or fuck you guys, non-whites. I don't know what to fucking say now.
This is a comedy podcast.
You did this. You did this.
I like how you just like set him up.
Yeah,
perfectly.
I did.
You asked me if I had a color chart.
Yeah.
I do, but it's in the office.
Oh, it's for employees. I see.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't be allowed in there otherwise.
No, it's for employees. It's the opposite, actually.
Yeah.
Just all brown people.
Oh my god.
No, but to your point, I like it makes it's a point of pride that you actually, like, as you said, people who lived abroad, they're like, this feels like home. the same way. Like I have visitors coming from Middle East sometimes.
Take them to Beirut
and I take them to my Beirut Bistro. I'm like, this is gonna feel like this.
And but not just visitors, where people might look to you and say, "Hey Mo, where can I get like proper good Middle Eastern food?" And you say, "Well, Beirut is proper good Middle Eastern food."
Yeah.
And I think we have
that's it. Yeah.
Hong Kongers who go, "No, this is proper good pub. Like this is what it's supposed to be like." Which
I think mainly because I think you're not being pretentious, right? It's like genuine, and like people can just see that. Like if you're trying too hard,
and I think our price point, and we don't have service charge, which which I'm really
I think
proud
a lot of people
of.
don't know that. I didn't know until I've been a few times.
No one knows it, and like service charge is the biggest fucking scam. I'm going to go on a little rant now.
Oh please,
go.
this is
okay.
Let me open another beer for you.
First of all, for everyone that goes to restaurants in Hong Kong, if you see service charge on your bill, you must understand that does not go to the service team. That's just additional money for the venue.
Which is 10%. It's a lot of money.
10%.
Yeah.
If there are instances where that's not the case, I apologize to those venues for sort of lumping them in with this.
Right.
But I would say that 99% of places that charge service charge, they are just keeping your money. It doesn't go to the service team,
and that's compulsory. You don't opt out of it, right?
And further, I think increasingly the number of places where if you tip with your credit card, before you tip with your credit card, I would recommend that you ask your server, "Hey, if I tip on credit card, does that go to you or does that go to the company?" The number of restaurants that are just taking money from you and you think it's going to the service team, the nice server that just looked after you, and that is not the case, it horrifies me.
I'm really glad you said that, because I've had an issue with a few, like, over the years.
Yeah.
When I actually kind of, like, started talking publicly to, like, my friends who frequented, obviously. Like, I'm going to try to keep it as vague as possible, but I would frequent these places because I was given, a few times, I was given a tablet with tip. And it's like choosing 25, fucking 15, whatever. But I'm like, wait a second. So what was the 10% for?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, this is for us. I'm like, so but the service, your service. And it just became a whole thing.
No, it's just, but also now I would encourage you to ask your server, "Hey, if I tip on my credit card, will that go to the service team?
Yeah.
Or would you prefer that I tip in cash?"
Right.
I think you will be horrified by the number of service staff that say, "Oh, cash would be quite good actually."
Yeah.
So many, not crooks, but so much sort of like underhanded bullshit.
I think it's like the mentality of like, oh, no one's asking, so we can get away with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the number of people that, I'll hear someone on a table next to me in a restaurant and they'll see their bill and they'll go, "Oh, the service charge here, you don't need to tip." And you're like, "Fuck."
True.
But then...
but also, like... I'm also not a big fan of the idea of tipping.
I was going to say, actually, I wanted to counter that as well, but with the tipping thing, because...
But I run a restaurant, and I'm not a horrible employer. I'm not the most generous employer in Hong Kong. We pay our staff, I think, at an industry level. We look after our people very well. But you should tip them.
I mean, that's also a testament.
And I tip people because I think in a place like Hong Kong, knowing what service staff are making, they do need it is good for their income to be supplemented by tips.
Sure.
Right.
I would just prefer that.
I feel like you're not, as a customer, and tell me if I'm speaking out of pocket. As a customer, if I'm looking at the bill and there's no 10%, right? So it's like, okay, they don't have 10%, but I'm not really encouraged to tip either. Like, I feel like you can maybe let people know.
Never. No.
No, that becomes very awkward, I think, after a while.
But you know why? Because in Hong Kong, no one is doing it. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but I couldn't... I would absolutely die before I went to a table and went, "Hey guys, here's your bill, just so you know there's no service charge."
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so the thing is, when I host quizzes, we always take this break before we go on break, and I always say, let's give a huge round of applause for the Globe staff, and I mention that there's no service charge.
Right. Yeah.
And I go, they're an amazing team, tipped them generously.
Yeah.
And it's become like second nature. And there's a lot of people reactions being like, "What? There's no service charge at the Globe?" And then maybe not everyone's tipping after that, but I've seen a bunch of people go, "Oh, we have to leave a tip before we leave," because it goes directly to the staff.
I mean, wouldn't you... again, this is just, it's a free chat. So wouldn't you, maybe if it's on the menu even, that says, there is no tip here.
The menu says no service charge ever.
No, I know, but
if you've enjoyed the service in the Globe, a tip is always appreciated.
Okay.
Our menu says no service charge ever.
Yeah.
If you've appreciated the service in the Globe, a tip is always appreciated.
Oh, that's so cool.
And no one reads it, and that's okay. I don't mind.
I mean, also, I think it's a testament to the way the Globe's been running. Also, partly to Toby and to you. that a lot of people who worked at the Globe have been there for such a long time. Like you don't stick around a company if you like fucking hate the boss, you know?
We've got very good staff retention,
This is amazing, even during like COVID. And that's why when you walk into the Globe, it's they'll recognize you and be like, oh, you were here last year. Not me, because I'm a celebrity at the Globe.
my favorite story is just going back a little bit. I mentioned I worked at Solid Rock as a teenager part-time. My first bar job was the original beer bay in Discovery Bay. And I worked there, and we had Old Speckled Hen on tap, which is a beer that we now have on tap in the Globe. And I had a regular, an English guy called Paul, and he was leaving to the UK, and he had a few beers in the beer bay with his friends, and then went and got the bus to the airport, and that was it. He left Hong Kong. So this must have been probably 2006, 2007. And then I think in about 2019... he moved back to Hong Kong. No idea. I didn't know this. He just walked in the Globe one day, and I went, "You all right, Paul? You having a pint of speckled hen?" And he went, "What the fuck?" he had got off the Airport Express. Came up the escalators. He was supposed to be staying with a friend, and his friend was like, "Look, I'm not home from work yet. Sit in the pub. I'll come and get you. And I can let you in the flat." And it was like 13 years. And I went, "Hey, Paul, pint of speckled." He went, "Yeah,
that's amazing.
Thanks very much."
That is really cool.
Wow, that is very cool. I also do remember. Was it during COVID? That just reminded me where you did the airport challenge. Was it called
the Gate to Globe?
The Gate to the Globe. That was brilliant.
That was pre-COVID, obviously.
Oh, really?
There weren't many flights during COVID.
Oh, yeah, this is true.
Gate to Globe, 21 days.
Yeah.
No, it was a record from. It was like how fast can you get off the flight
to the Globe
through the front doors to the pub, and I think the record was 51 minutes or 49 minutes or something like that.
Wait, how do people just like honor system? They just time it and they like tell you.
Well, we see what time they come in the door, and we can check what time they
landed. That's really cool.
Well, no, I think I think you could check the airport website, and it told you what time
the exact
they were
landing.
at gate or something like that. Yeah.
But then you. Because the fastest way is the train. It's not the taxi. Like if you take taxi, you're gonna take longer.
So you had to have a good gate. You had to get on the train and have the doors closed,
and then run.
And then you had to run up the escalator.
That sounds like in like I haven't seen the Globe social media, but I feel like in the I sound fucking old in the era of social media, I feel like that would do really well as like a social media campaign.
Yeah,
if you do it again.
I hate social media.
Yeah, but I think you should bring it back.
Much.
But I really think it's cool. Yeah, it's like every month, and then you have the winners. You give them stuff, blah blah blah.
Well, maybe
Yeah, it's a.
That's just thinking that's more work for me. I don't want to do that. I'm the innkeeper, bitch. This is going to catch on.
Yeah.
For anyone listening.
Fuck off.
Also, this is unfortunately this is the title of the episode now.
Is the innkeeper?
He is the innkeeper.
Patrick, the innkeeper gatherer.
Don't change it to actually. No, stick with that.
White boy Patrick gatherer.
Before we wrap up, Ishan has a little survey thing. There are some questions that we do, but before we do that, I also want to ask about the worst customers and people who are banned. Like just a little bit of a spicy stories from the Globe, if you have any. And you're welcome to mention their names. We don't care.
Oh, I mean, we have also. Not many, like...
Why are they banned? Who are they? What are their names? What did they do?
See, another privilege of being friends with Pat. I get to hear all these stories as they happen.
There aren't many people that are banned from the Globe. It's usually to do with... if you touch a member of staff, then you're not welcome. Or violent conduct. But generally, the only good one was a guy that used to... come in. Actually, if you look at our website, he's in the background of one of the photos of our website. not being terrible, he was just terrible later. But one of these people that when they drink, they just turn and they're a different person.
Yeah,
very
alter egos.
Yeah, very aggressive. And it was this thing where, I sort of had him in a corner, but he was being very verbally aggressive, and he kept saying things like, "I'll harm you," which was fucking insane.
What is he, Liam Neeson? What the fuck?
It was very, very weird, and talking about, I was British, I was SAS. Like, you weren't. Like, just leave, man.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have a physical confrontation with anyone. Like, I just need them to leave. And people always want you to come up to their level.
No, you don't.
And so all you have to do is, they want to raise the volume and
you de-escalate.
And raise the heat. And you just say, no, man, look, you just have to I just need you to leave. And that's all you can do, really. And eventually we got this guy to leave, and it was all a bit ridiculous. And then about 6 months later, he came in for one of the corporate Christmas lunches that we did. And he was with his office, and I had to go to his boss, who I'd known for years, and went, mate, he can't come in.
Yeah.
Like, he's not
He's
welcome
still banned,
here.
even if it's a
he's
corporate
still
booking.
banned.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's not welcome. And his employer had to go and say, hey, look, we've been told that you can't be here with us for lunch. And I charged them for his lunch. I marked him as a no-show guest and charged them for his lunch.
Nice.
Because fuck that guy, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, there are a few annoying characters. But what I want to get into, we'll finish the episode, but we'll go to the Patreon. We do a small 10-minute Patreon where it's
15.
only for paid listeners.
Yes.
15.
Yeah.
And you can be unhinged with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patreon, no one can
because
download
no one can
it.
record it, no one can do shit,
Okay.
and
You
you
just
have to
listen on the
pay
app.
to listen to that. What I want to mention on the Patreon is also one of your other jobs that we didn't cover is when you worked at a nightclub.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Yeah, okay,
There's
that's
a
fine.
lot of funny stories from the nightclub that we want to get into. But before we finish this episode, we do this little thing, which I tested with Vivek before we hand over. And I didn't have a name for it. And Vivek suggested, just call it Ishan Wants to Know.
Oh, yeah.
So this is what it's called now.
Yeah.
And we do this with every
At some point,
guest.
someone producing this will
A
help
jingle.
with do a jingle. But for now,
Also, before we go anywhere,
Yeah.
it's such a shame that Vivek isn't here. For those that don't know, Vivek and I were in a heavy metal band together in
Yes.
high school.
yes.
We spoke to
did-
Vivek about
yeah.
it, and he mentioned that we should talk to you about that. We'll
Yes.
cover that in the Patreon. If
Actually,
anyone else
no,
wants
I want to, Vivek is the OG host of this,
Yeah,
and everybody listening to this
Yeah.
know him very well. So we're just going to do a few minutes on your history with Vivek quickly.
Look, to be honest, it was a few years when I was in my teens, and Vivek was
Yeah.
a wonderfully aggressive heavy metal vocalist, but
Yeah.
a lovely, gentle, funny man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was such a nice juxtaposition.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I met Vivek. I think my good friend Neil Paulson, who played guitar in the band, I played bass. Vivek was vocalist,
And that's Eve of Sin.
no, this is a terrible band name,
Yeah.
Stolen Faces.
to. Yeah.
That is
It's
very
a bad band
yeah.
name. Yeah, I didn't come up with that.
Right.
Also,
I don't know
Neil,
if Vivek
Neil
came up-
Paulson sounds like a guitarist name.
Neil Paulson's a good name. Yeah,
Yeah.
So it was. There were a few iterations, but really it was Neil on lead guitar, Vivek on vocals, me on bass, and then Dylan Judd on drums. And Dylan and Neil are both pilots now. Vivek's a comedian, and I run a pub. And I don't know.
I think I joke with Vivek. I was like,
I think
you
I
should
might
do a
be bottom of
reunion.
that pile.
Yeah.
I think you should do a reunion tour. Like,
Oh,
bring the band back.
not a chance. But I think I don't know how Neil and Vivek met, but it was through Neil that I met Vivek, and he was great because also Dylan and Neil and I were all white kids and didn't speak Cantonese, and a lot of the band shows when we were in high school were
Yeah.
for Cantonese speaking
Yeah.
bands, and Viv spoke
Yeah.
Canto and would sing, and all our songs were in
Yeah.
English, but he would get us signed up to go and play these sort of band shows and then just scream through every song like in Cantonese, fuck you, our songs are in English.
Right.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Oh.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah,
it was great.
If only he hadn't broken his leg with that train accident.
I know.
he could
We
have been
lost
here.
the leg.
All
All right.
right.
Ishan,
before
wanna
we
know?
go,
Oh yeah, Ishan
yeah.
wants to know.
Ishan wants to know. Okay, I just have
You need a little
five.
theme tune for that. You know that, right?
I'm
Yeah.
working on it. We don't have the budgets. Pat, we're sitting in my house with 3 microphones.
Eventually, with the Patreon.
Eventually we will.
Yeah.
I had to get past a color chart to get in here.
Too white.
I've been tanning for this all week.
Yeah, thank you. Passed. Yeah. Did he just sit under the lights
Yeah.
for a while at the Globe?
Oh, all right. Pat,
All right.
Ishan wants to know. I just got quick 5 questions. Don't overthink it. Simple answers. Question 1: ketchup or mayo?
Ketchup?
Okay. Why?
Because you asked, you idiot.
Usually people are like, oh, because of this. And
Yeah.
usually with friends.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Great,
Love it.
great,
The best
great
answer so far, by the way. We pre-recorded some of these episodes.
Yeah.
Best answer so far.
Thank you.
Well done.
Question number 2: what was your first concert?
My first concert could have been. It was either Guns N' Roses in Hong Kong when they released that
Ooh.
Chinese Democracy album,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
opened the tour in Hong Kong, played one show here, and then they went to, was it Vancouver or Toronto, and they failed to show up, and then there was riots, and that's it. That was
Holy
the
shit.
end of the Chinese
One
Democracy
album.
tour.
Wow.
One-
And it was Axl Rose, Buckethead instead of Slash, Robin Fink, who used to be the lead guitarist for Nine Inch Nails
Yeah,
on
yeah.
rhythm guitar, and he was like pulling his hair out of his head between songs.
What?
Very strange show.
Right.
like really fucking
So
good.
the album tour was 1 gig.
I think so. Yeah.
Where was it? Where was the gig?
Convention center. Where's
Nice,
that?
yeah,
okay.
I could be wrong. There might have been 1 or 2 more.
Right.
But yeah,
Guns
that was
N'
it.
Roses.
And if it wasn't Guns, it would have been Guns N' Roses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna die. Okay.
Being realistic, in Hong Kong, who do you think should be on this podcast? Is my next question.
Who do I think should be on this podcast?
Yeah.
Jimmy Lai. Send you fuckers to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's censor it after he said it.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I did. Yes, yeah,
Says the name.
yeah.
Okay.
Who should be on this podcast? I don't know who's been on it.
You can recommend somebody. I will tell you if they have been on it.
Anyone on the top of your head?
Who should be on this podcast? John Nugent.
Oh, that's the second John Nugent we've got, actually.
Nugent's going to have...
Who's that?
Even Matt. Matt Richardson said.
Diplomat.
Oh yeah, I
Sugar
probably asked the
King.
same question again. Who is it? Because I'm not familiar with it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
he's the
yeah.
diplomat.
Diplomat and Sugar King.
Oh, yes.
Diplomat just got like number 4 burger in the world.
That's exactly why I remember it again now.
John's a fucking badass. He's really good at what he does. He will have a lot to say about whatever you want.
That's
Okay,
what Matt said
second
as well.
vote for John.
John
Okay,
will be good,
we're
yeah.
getting him on
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay. Next, since we're recording this on Monday, what was the highlight of your last week? Did you have anything that happened that you thought, oh, that was pretty cool?
Highlight of my week? No.
Apart from going on a bike ride with your beautiful motorcycle.
Oh yeah, you have a motorcycle. That's
I do,
also
yeah.
something that is
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool as well.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, what's the highlight? Even if it's something simple, it's like a meal you ate that you like.
Could be something simple.
Yeah, yeah,
I know
yeah.
you want quick fire answers, and
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have answers for this. My highlight of my week was throwing some dickhead out of the globe during the Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that was
there you
funny.
go.
Yeah,
That's
was
cool.
funny.
Yeah, fuck
Yes.
that guy.
Yeah.
I heard the retelling of that story on
Yeah.
our group chat, and I was very entertained.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He didn't even do anything that serious. He was just a
Just
tosser.
annoying.
Just a massive
Yeah.
tosser.
Also,
was he
was like,
French?
White
No.
European.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
General.
Also,
general
I love
right.
how, I mean, we'll get to this on the Patreon, but he was name dropping shit, and you're like, okay. like,
Yeah,
what-
he's like,
what are
I
you
know
talking
this, I
about?
do that,
Yeah, guys just...
Yeah.
So that is a
Really
good highlight,
stupid.
actually. Just
That is a
like
good
that.
highlight.
Fuck him. Fuck
And
that guy.
Pat, final question for our free episode. What's the best way to consume a potato?
Baby potatoes. Just boil them and eat them.
Just steam them.
No, boil them.
Just boil
Just
them.
baby potatoes. Boil them. Eat them. If you want a little salt.
Yeah.
Potatoes
Nothing
are delicious.
else.
Potatoes are delicious, Ishan.
I feel like we just got the whitest answer from this on this
But
question
look,
so far.
Very Germanic answer, isn't it?
as much as I want to make fun of Pat for saying potatoes are amazing, I love potatoes.
I'm not talking
Obviously, that's why
Right?
it's the
Like,
question.
that's why it's a question.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
not talking about... I don't just boil potatoes and then like pop them in my
Yeah,
mouth.
that's what I was
It's
thinking.
part of a meal. Like you cook some
Yeah,
meat
yeah, yeah.
and some vegetables
As a
and
side
some
dish.
potatoes.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Like a Sunday roast, nice potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have boiled potatoes with a Sunday roast, but yeah, okay.
By the
Sorry,
way,
sorry.
like
Okay.
we ramble a lot here, but I was at the Globe recently, and the lamb leg that you have is so delicious.
Oh, the lamb
lamb
shank.
shank.
on
The
that.
lamb
Yeah.
shank is
Good, nice.
so fucking good.
It
Very
also
tasty.
looks
It's
beautiful on a
delicious,
plate.
yeah.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
pleased to
yeah.
hear that. Thank you
No,
very
no,
much.
I was really impressed because
Yeah.
I'm a big like lamb guy,
Yeah, sure.
and you know, being from the Middle East, like
Yeah.
we really take our lamb seriously,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's really good.
It's
Yeah.
tender and it's flavorful. And
Beautiful.
Flavorful,
Yeah.
filling. Yeah, it was
In
it
a
was
bed of potatoes.
in a bed of, that's actually why I remembered it because
mashed
it's in a bed
potatoes
of
with
yeah.
it's
some
a bed
mustard
of
in them.
Fuck yes.
yeah, no, delicious.
A big piece of carrot.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Actually, he was eating it, and
Yeah.
he goes, "Oh, I didn't know there was a sausage in here." I go, "That's a carrot, you
Carrot,
idiot."
man.
Oh, because I don't eat pork, so
Yeah.
I thought it's sausage, and I got
Why
annoyed
would
for
you
a
put
second.
a sausage next to a lamb?
I don't know, because white people are weird. That's why.
Next time you're in, man.
I gotta put a
Just gonna
sausage
put a
in
little
there.
sausage on everything.
Yeah, don't fuck with me.
Look, I'm not going to fuck with you. It'll be like a chicken sausage.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't want to go too hard. Like, it's a bit serious if
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
throwing pork products onto
Exactly.
your plate.
No. Oh my god.
Pat, this was delicious, and now I'm fucking hungry.
That's the ending of the episode.
Yeah.
You calling Pat delicious?
Yeah, exactly. I said this was delicious too. It sounds bad.
Thank you, Mo. Very, very delicious.
I am
Thank
gonna
you,
go to the
Ishan.
Globe
Very
now.
delicious.
Well-
Yes, I'm gonna go to the Globe now and eat
Yeah.
my fucking lamb
Well,
shank.
we will get to the Patreon very quickly.
Yeah.
15 minutes of some unhinged stories from Pat.
Yeah.
There's also something. Do you want to give out a free pint to anyone listening? Is there any way someone could get something if they come to the
Pat
Globe?
made a face. It's so funny. Yeah.
If you video yourself slapping Ishan in the face and saying, "Stop calling Pat the fucking innkeeper,"
Nice.
Yeah.
then I will buy you whatever you want.
Oh my God, that's great. Yes.
Listen to the Patreon and I can tell you how that can happen.
Yeah.
Just so I'm ready to get slapped if
Yes.
it means getting people to the Globe.
Like this,
Wow.
this isn't a one-time thing. This is over and over and over again.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone that wants to do it as many times as you want to do it, please
I think you
help
should-
me to stop Ishan from trying to call me the innkeeper. 'Cause it's the dumbest shit I've ever
You
heard.
mentioned no service charge ever. Also put on the menu, if you slap Ishan and say, "Don't call me an innkeeper," you get a free beer.
I'm not putting your name anywhere.
All right, I'm gonna
Thank you
stop this
so much,
madness.
Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you so
thank you
much.
so much for coming on.
Thank you. This has been delicious.
Cheers, guys. All right, we'll catch you on the Patreon. Catch us at the live show, the Backstage Comedy, and yeah, see you next week. Bye.